Okay, boss, I'm here for the grilled salmon. You get the fish, I got the grill. Get this flamethrower going. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. We're taking a look at another Dinobot in the Legacy Evolution line. This is number 2 in the series. This is Slug. Of course, Slug was called Slag in the old Generation 1 days, but with the way the word is used anymore, they changed it over to Slug, and it's stayed that way ever since. Of course, he's a core class figure like Sludge that we just reviewed recently. Slug functioned as the flamethrower of the group, and it was originally intended that only he would be the one to breathe fire out of his mouth, but the cartoon kind of corrupted that and gave that ability to all the Dinobots. So makes him somewhat less special. But then again, Slug was also known, like Sludge before him, to also be rather on the dumb side. But Slug took it a little bit further, as he has several anger issues. To the point that he would be willing to demonstrate on you what his anger issues were. And somehow on a guy like him, I don't think I'd want to deal with it. Alright, now this time around, unlike the last one, we do have a prominent accessory, and that of course is his gun. Yeah, Slug comes with a gun, primarily because this gets attached to him when you turn him into the dinosaur, and this forms his tail. Slug also forms the upper portion of the body to Volcanicus in this go-around. So basically he will form the head, upper torso, and shoulders. So if he's going to have that, he needs to have something else of importance, and that's tucked into his tail. And that, of course, is the head of Volcanicus. So there you have it. That's where you'll get the head. You can see here, there's a couple of holes here in the tail. The bottom one is where you put Volcanicus' head in, and that way it sort of fits and he can hold on to it. And of course, when you form Volcanicus, the rest of this will be attached to Sludge to help kind of form up the waist shield or his lower belly. We'll find out all that when we get ready to combine him. At any rate, let's take a look at Slug's articulation. You can turn his head from side to side. Unfortunately, you got to move the entire dinosaur head to do it. And it is on a slight ball joint, so it does rock up and down a little. You can raise his arm out to the side about so far. Love that ratcheting it does. And you can rotate the arm at the shoulder all the way around. You just have to move it outward a bit, because this long post here catches on all the kibble on the side. You can't do anything else with his arms. He doesn't really twist at his hips due to the way the pieces are arranged. You can spread his legs apart into almost a full splits. His dinosaur legs catch on the body too easily. He does have a thigh cut. It's not very impressive, but he does have one. You can raise his leg at the hip 90 degrees, and you can bend him at the knee 90 degrees. So all in all, he does have about what you would expect for a core class figure. Okay, to transform Slug into his dinosaur mode, we gotta start by, we raise his arms up at the shoulders, like so. Get it so that his fists are facing you. Because then you will bring them down, and they will form the front feet. Then we'll come down here to his chest. We'll lift up this gray plate and use it to cover his face. Then we'll come down here to his legs. We're going to press his legs together. And then we will fold them over and set them into place to form his bat, form the dinosaur back. And then we'll rotate the back legs so they're pointing down. Make sure you got the back portion totally secured together. And then you can attach the tail. And then there we have it. Slug becomes his usual Triceratops form. Unlike Sludge, you can articulate him a bit since the dinosaur, the rear legs are on their own hinge so they can swivel a bit. And of course the front legs also swivel. And you can also open his mouth up a bit and pretend you have a fire blast coming out. So that's all pretty neat and such. And then now we get down to my thoughts. I'm a little more impressed with Slug here than what I was with Sludge. But of course, Slag was the original Slag was my first and only Dinobot toy that I had, so maybe I'm a little partial to him. But I am, like I stated with Sludge, I am interested to see how this experiment turns out. Because I've yet to even put the guys that I have together to form a basic version of Volcanicus yet. I've not even tried it. I'm kind of saving that for when I have all of them, because I want to see how it's going to look all together and complete. But all in all, I do like how this one turned out a little bit better than Sludge. But again, part of it is also due to the fact that there are limitations on them due to the fact that they also have to form the combiner. And at a small scale, so I'm trying to hold off on passing too harsh of a judgment because I want to see how the experiment goes out for Hasbro. I would like to see it become a success deep down because I want to see more of these guys made as core class combiners. Most of that boils down to cost. I mean, the core class guys retail for roughly, on average, $15 at the stores. Whereas one like Menosaur, who we just reviewed not too long ago, it was 4 deluxe guys, and they go for $20, $25 normally. And then you had Motormaster, the essential piece to the combiner, and he's a commander class, and they go for about $90. So a combiner is while it's a nice imposing figure on your shelf, it's also expensive. So I'd like to see some of these smaller ones made into a combiner, partially due to economics. So I hope it does succeed for them, but only time will tell. At any rate, that's my review of the Legacy Evolution version of Slug. I hope you all enjoyed it. And please do remember that if you like the content we feature on this channel, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.